When you download the Kroger app, you have easy access to savings every day. Shop weekly sales and get personalized coupons to get the most value out of every trip, every time, whether you shop in-store or online. Download the Kroger app now to save big. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Must have a digital account to redeem offers. Restrictions may apply. See site for details.
Save big on your favorites with the Buy 5 or More, Save $1 each sale. Simply buy 5 or more participating items and save $1 each with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
A social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key. Home of Southern Sports and Talk. Noonan, Sharpsburg, Franklin. The views and opinions of this show and program are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its clientele.
Hey y'all, you're listening to the Raven in Real Life radio show and podcast on WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key, the heartbeat of Metro Atlanta.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the show. I am so glad that you are here with me. This is Raven from Raven in Real Life, and today I'm sitting here with Johnny Hops and Carla from America Eats and Drinks TV. So thank you guys so much for being here with me.
Thank you for having us. Hello, everyone.
Hello. Y'all are in sync, aren't you?
This ain't our first time.
Okay, this ain't their first rodeo. So tell us a little bit about America Eats and Drinks TV.
Well, it was a show that I started out about 4 years ago, and it was called Drinking Across America. And I would go to breweries, wineries, distilleries, and try the beers, talk to the owners, the liquors and all that, and just learn about those businesses. And about a year ago, I was thinking, well, maybe I need to focus a little more on some food as well, because I did do food with it, but it wasn't the main focus. So I decided to change the name to America Eats and Drinks TV, because it kind of focused then on the food and drink. And I love to travel, so that's why I call it America. Even though I am focused down here in the Georgia and all right now, when I do travel around, I do film wherever I go.
Yeah. Now, y'all, I don't know if y'all know this, but actually a year and a half ago, I quit my job because that was my ultimate goal, was to be a travel and food vlogger. And I realized that personally, I just like travel and food. I don't necessarily like the vlogging.
Oh, yes, that makes sense.
So do you find it hard to get that content, or do you absolutely love that part of it as well?
I love it. I love it because I was in the bar, restaurant, hospitality business for 30 years.
Yeah.
I was a DJ, barback, bartender, manager of clubs, restaurants, bars all across the country. And I'm just a people person. I love to meet people. I love to talk. I love to entertain. And a lot of that comes out on my show. And, to me, it's not work. It's not hard. I love to eat. I love to drink, and I love to talk to people. So
I love the
combine
content
them all
that's
together.
produced.
Exactly.
I love hearing about the businesses and how they started. That's kind of my favorite thing. So I guess it works out well.
Yeah, that's what I love.
Eating is my favorite thing. But
don't let her lie. It's the eating. It's the eating.
Everybody loves the eating part of it. You know what? No, actually, that's not true. That's because some people are such picky eaters.
True.
So when you go in, are you guys specific about what you want to try, or do you ask them, just give me whatever?
Just whatever.
Yes, whatever. I want to know what their favorite dish is.
Yeah. That's what we tell them, just make up your favorite dishes, the most popular dishes, and bring them out.
So do you have any in the Columbus area so far that you'd like to give a shout out to, or that, there's a certain thing that everybody needs to go try?
Well, there's several. Well, we can start with our first place that we did, Freaky Fries. They're a brand new food truck, just started back in December. Great people. Savannah and her husband Frankie own it. And great people, man. Great couple. Great food. Of course, then Tuesday's Tacos.
Yes.
We did them as well.
What was it? Salmon taquitos?
Salmon taquitos.
Those are my favorite.
And that's not on the menu, people. Don't go in there asking Angie about the salmon taquitos. They may be back sometime next year. We don't know. And then the Chicken Lady Coop.
Smash burger.
Yes, the double smash burger
my
was
favorite.
I haven't even tried it yet.
Oh,
you don't know what you're missing.
Okay.
That's like today on one of the foodie pages, someone had posted on, well, I want to try the chicken sandwiches, but I'm scared. And I was like, check out our video review on YouTube for all the chicken sandwiches and the smash burger. I said, you'll love them.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she's really creative too. I like that.
Now, I know we've had a conversation before, and one thing that came up was that is it red beans and rice over at Zombie Pig also?
Yes.
Oh,
Zombie
gosh,
Pig,
yes.
Y'all
Zombie
gotta go.
Pig is so good.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So,
Beans are good.
And more good people, local people, and they're veteran owned as well. So that's another good plus.
heck yeah. So you guys make sure that you check out, because I'm sure they could go on and on and on, but we only have 30 minutes to talk, you guys. So where can people find your content?
Well, you can find us on Facebook. It's still Drinking Across America is what you'll look up on Eats and Drinks TV.
Okay. So what is your ultimate goal with this? Where do you want to go with it?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
I want to be like Pinky and the Brain.
Coast to
Take
coast.
over the world. But seriously, to get on TV, I've always said that my show is a combination of Anthony Bourdain meets Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. And when I had my shorter hair, people always said that I looked like Anthony Bourdain. So I would have had the little gray, silver spiked and short hair and all. And people were always like, you look just like Anthony Bourdain. I was like, I just didn't really see it, but okay.
I'll take it. Okay.
That works for me.
Let no food left be untried.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
To get on a food channel, start off with a local channel, work my way up to national, or get on a streaming service or something like that. But to be on TV and to be able to focus this as being what I do.
And I definitely feel like you're probably heads and tails above the other people, because a lot of people want to get on a TV show, but you already have all of that experience in all areas of the restaurant industry. So come on TLC, come on Discovery Channel, come on Netflix.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. It's like, the more the merrier.
Yes.
Whoever wants to sign me, bring it on.
Heck yes. Go ahead and slide that paper across the table and show them what you can do.
Let's see what those digits look like.
Now, how could someone contact you if they wanted to use your talent, or if they wanted you to come and try out their restaurant?
We have our email, info@americaeatsanddrinkstv.com. We also have the website, americaeatsanddrinkstv.com. I post a blog on there. It hasn't been too frequently in the last month, but starting to get back onto doing a weekly blog. Got videos, pictures, all kind of information on the business, on the show, and how to contact us. There's contact forms there as well.
Okay, perfect. Now, Carla, when and how did you come into the picture? And tell me a little bit about you.
You know what's crazy? We were on the foodie page, and I think I posted something, a review or something, and he'd commented on it, and we just struck up a conversation, and he was looking for somebody to help him out. Yeah. And I was like, hey, I like to eat food. So
you beat me to it.
Yeah. So we totally teamed up, and it worked out pretty well. And so I get the bonus of being able to eat good food all the time. But I really do love, that's sort of my background, is meeting local small businesses. And so it works out well. It might just be the restaurants and things, but they're still local small businesses. So I love to meet them and find out their story. I own my own store in town, that Bluebell, that focuses on local, handmade items or any of the sort that people are local. So
and that's somewhere that once a month people could come out to your location and try some of these food trucks.
Yes, we do that once a month, where we have, at least this year, that's what we're doing, where we have as many food trucks as we can fit and put them out there and let people eat.
Perfect. So how can a food truck contact you if they want to be on site at your location?
Well, we have two avenues at this point. There is a gal that runs a thing called Street Food Saturdays. She sort of has a relationship with several food trucks, and she puts on her whatever you're going to call it, where they all come, and she puts that on. But then there's also ones that the store ourselves put on. So it's a mixture of both of us. But you can get her on Facebook at Street Food Saturdays. And then us, we have a website, www.bluebellcolumbusga.com. Where you can reach out to us in any way, or you can come right into the store and meet me in person, because I would love that.
Awesome. Yeah, y'all both are people.
Yes, we are.
So what about, okay, so I will tell you personally, since I've kind of thrown myself out there and started really not trying to sell anything, not trying to do anything in particular, but just meeting business owners, when you get around like-minded people that truly have a passion, it increases your passion.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Can y'all speak on that any? Is there anything that, okay, go ahead.
I absolutely am the first to get hyped up as soon as I'm around people that are all doing the same thing, and next thing you know, I'm like, I can't sleep that night and I'm ready to think of whatever the next thing is. Like, so I get it. It's easy to get hopped up on the good energy around you, especially when they're all thinking the same thing. It's really nice. I love that.
Even whenever the end goal for everyone is different, when people just want to have forward motion and come up with ideas and just do something, it hypes everybody up.
And it's
So
always best to have the positive people that have the same ideas and the same wants and likes, you know, what they are working towards. Instead of having people that will be, oh, well, you know, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, you know, and so much it's like friends and family, without really realizing it, can be the most detrimental people to someone wanting to do a business. Even though they love you, they will be the most critical and be the ones that tell you can't do it.
Let me tell you, I have had this conversation so much lately. It is bananas to me that when you put yourself out there and you start to build your brand or build your business, that friends and family are the last people to get on board.
So crazy.
But as soon as you make it, who's the first one saying they were your
the
number
first ones on board.
They were the first one to say, I was your number one fan. Man, so what's something else that you're passionate about in the community? Is there anything y'all want people to know about?
Well, I've always been a fan of mom and pop local businesses. You know, like I said, working in the nightclub hospitality business, I have worked some of the 30 years in some corporate places. Never lasted long because I'm not a corporate kind of guy. I'm not into the stiff, everyone dresses the same, everyone's a robot. You know, I love mom and pop. Small businesses are what are the majority of America. That's what makes up the most businesses in America. If it weren't for small businesses, there would be no businesses. And small businesses, that keeps the money into the communities. You know, these are the business owners that are donating to the little leagues. They're helping the community. They're doing the charities and the events for the community. The corporate places aren't doing it because they don't have a community. The entire country is their community. So they're not really worried about that because everyone knows their brands. And you know, when you're traveling around, you're going to see Texas Roadhouse everywhere. You're going to see McDonald's everywhere, you know. And it's getting to know the individual mom and pops and, you know, hearing their stories, you know, and that's something that I'm passionate about. I love to hear people's, so what got them into the business? Why did they choose, you know, this, especially at this point in time? You know, it's everything, you know, it was always a hard business, but after 2020, it's just become almost impossible to be successful in the hospitality business anymore. It's very tough.
Well,
it's a scary place.
I'm really glad that you brought that up because I am all about donating to local charities, and I never really thought about that fact that it is the lifeblood of those small business owners. And so whenever you're weighing out your options and you know if you go into a small business you're probably going to have to pay a little bit more because they have to pay more, but when you do that you're serving your community. So I love that you threw all that fact. It's also a good segue into telling you guys, because I haven't talked about this in a long time, make sure you're checking out diningforcharitiesga.com because you can get a discount on these local restaurants. They get advertising, and a local charity will always win because they're getting 15% of whatever you spend. So I'll just throw that out there.
And you never know where one of those Dining for Charities may end up on my show.
Absolutely.
Because they're local businesses.
So all of you Dining for Charities restaurants, make sure you reach out to Johnny Hops ASAP. So is there anything else that you really want the community to know about your show or about you?
Well, just that I've been in the Columbus area. Well, I don't know. Let me see. I've originally from outside Pittsburgh and moved down here when I was like 13 years old. Grew up in this area until I was 21, and then I left. Got into the bar business, traveled around the country, came back about 7 years ago, I guess, and because my parents were still here and they were getting a little older, wanted to spend a little time with them, and ended up just being back here in the area and started just meeting people and trying to get this built up to try to help promote local businesses. I know that there's not a lot. I know there's a lot of foodies here in the area, but there's not a lot of people doing what we do.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people are doing just the pictures. They'll go out and take pictures and all. We actually do video and video at the restaurants and bar and grills and breweries and food trucks and all. So it's video and pictures for social media that we do as well.
You get to see what they have, and you get to hear their story and know their legacy that they're trying to leave behind. So that's amazing. Yeah. So what are some of your upcoming places that you're going to be visiting?
Well, and thanks for asking. Actually, next Wednesday we're going to be at Hudson's on Main Street from about 5:30 until probably about 7:30. It takes about an hour and a half, 2 hours to do the filming. And then after that, there's nothing really no dates put in stone, but in May, we're going to be doing Cerrone's brick oven pizza. We're going to be doing the Icy Girl Company snow cone type of business.
It's yummy, yeah.
And then there's what's that one on the Milkshake Mama's?
Milkshake Mama.
Yeah, Milkshake Mama, the country store on Broadway.
Yeah.
Cool.
So those are the ones that we got lining up right now here locally for in May. Excuse me. And what I'm looking to do eventually, because right now it's about a month between the time of filming and putting the episode out. What I'm hoping to do, probably starting in June, we'll be able to film 1 week and put that episode out the following week. So it's not so much of a holdover for it.
Okay.
Getting it filmed and getting it out there, within a week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is what I'm looking at doing starting in June, hopefully in June.
Yeah.
So I know probably shouldn't ask this question, but I'm going to do it anyways because I do what I want. What do you do if you don't like something?
Well, I haven't come across that as far as food goes.
Lucky us.
I have throughout the years with beer that I would drink. You can always tell by the look on my face that I don't like it. But then I'm always trying to be the diplomatic, like, well, I don't really care for it, but that doesn't mean that you won't like it. I just don't like the flavor. I don't like the texture. Or, just try to, don't just come out and be like, oh, God, this is terrible. And start spitting it out. No, it's like, maybe turn around.
Maybe the neighbor likes it.
You can always edit out that part of it.
Exactly. But, just try to be diplomatic about it. And, because I'm not out trying to ruin any businesses or anything like that, not everybody, exactly. It's like that's what I tell people all the time when I post stuff. Folks, oh, that place is terrible. It's good. And I'm like, well, everybody has their own taste.
Yeah.
I said, just because you don't like it doesn't mean everyone else don't like it. And you just got to learn that people have different talent, different tastes, and as long as the business owner is cool, and they know how to run a business, and take the criticism and build from it. I have ran across some that get upset and will start criticizing people for not liking the food, or just name calling and stuff, and it's like, that is not professional. People are allowed their opinions. It's like, don't get so, for a better word, butthurt over it. I mean, not everybody's going to like your food. Not everybody likes our show.
We want them to, but
it's like, not everybody likes me. I mean, I don't know why. I'm a great guy, but, it happens.
The good thing is when you are just 100% authentic and yourself, then you are a magnet to the people that need to find you. So we're all going to find our people. But though, I would say that for people that are critical of a restaurant, be careful on how you word that because it's still a local business out there.
Exactly. It's still a small business. It's mom and pop, and they're already struggling as it is right now. They don't need one person to go on and just blast. If you're not happy with something, first of all, being in the business, talk to the manager.
Yeah.
Say something.
And there's so many people that are like, well, I just don't want to start no trouble, but I'd rather go home and get online and just start bad-mouthing them. Well, how is this not starting trouble?
That's way more trouble.
A manager knows how to deal with it and will deal with it right then and there.
Yeah.
If you're not happy with your food, they'll have it recooked or cook you something else.
Yeah.
You know, they'll comp your meal. They'll take, you know, whatever it takes. You know, but when you're going to go home and become a keyboard warrior and just start blasting them, you know, they're not going to even want you coming back in.
Yeah. and it's very, very, I'm sure y'all have had this conversation. It is so hard for all business owners, especially in the service industry, to find good help right now.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Yeah, definitely.
It's very hard. And, I mean, it's always been difficult, but more so now.
Yeah.
Especially when everyone wants to get paid $30 to $50 an hour.
Yeah.
When you're just out of high school, or you know, you're in your early 20s, you have no experience, but they think that they should be making $100,000 a year.
Yeah. I don't want to make $100,000.
I know, right?
Like, you know, it's not going to happen. You got to work your way up into it.
Yeah.
The restaurant business isn't glamorous, but it can be a very good business. Like I said, I've been in the restaurant business, hospitality, not so much restaurant, but hospitality for 30 years.
Yeah.
I made a career out of it because I made good money.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm out of it now. I do advertising and marketing.
Yeah.
But, you know, I still involved in the hospitality business.
Yeah.
Same for me.
So, what else y'all want to talk about?
Well, we do have an episode that got posted today about a beer company, and I was going to mention that earlier. It was my first time trying craft beers, and we were talking about what do you do if you don't like something.
Oh, cool.
And so I was nervous I wouldn't like any of them because I don't drink beer, except like Miller Lite or something. You know.
Like she said, she don't drink beer.
I just don't. Yeah. So I was kind of nervous and like, what if I don't like any of them? You know. So surprisingly, though, you just got to be open to it. And I liked all of. There was probably only one that I'm like, I wouldn't get that one again. But there was some that I would absolutely do again, and I don't even drink beer.
And they were the darker beers.
Yeah,
too.
so surprisingly
it wasn't the light beers.
Yeah, and I'm more of a light beer girl.
Y'all know what? I don't drink beer at all, really.
Right? You should try it.
But I did go in Atlanta. Oh, I should know the name of this place. I'll give y'all a shout out one day. But I did go to one place. And to a brewery. And they had a beer that's a sour, and it's called Baked Cherry, I believe. It was actually delicious. I would drink that if it's really hot outside and it's really cold. But, yeah, so you just got to find what you like.
There was one that was a lavender vanilla. I think it was a seltzer, right? But it had a beer flavor to it. Yeah. So good.
And that was and the place that we're talking about is the Sonoya Beer Company in Sonoya, Georgia.
They were
where they
so
did
sweet.
The Walking Dead, where they filmed The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
How
they were
cool
really
is
nice
that
guys.
town?
Yeah. It was really cute.
Have y'all been to that Nick and Norman's?
No,
I haven't. I think
we
they
just
told us about it.
they were talking about it. We just went up there and filmed there. And
it was a rainy day.
And then we had to head up to Fayetteville after that, and we filmed at Awkward Brewing Company in Fayetteville, Georgia, right after that.
Those guys were super fun. It was like a garage party, except a brewery. It was so fun.
There was a big wedding going on there when we got there. And
so cute.
Okay. So I'll have to go up that way.
Yeah.
I haven't made it past Sonoya. So here's a curveball question. What if other types of companies reach out to you and want you to kind of talk about them? So if you're offered like a free massage or facial or something from a salon, would y'all throw those into y'all's episodes?
Most definitely.
Yeah. You had me at free massage.
Yeah, so you had me at free massage. It's like, who's offering? I'm taking.
I don't know about a hair salon because you know, as girls, we're probably pretty picky about what's happening up there. But
absolutely,
but yeah, it's like I would definitely.
I mean, I don't know how we incorporate.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like I would have to think of some way of doing it, but because it's like most of my focus is on the hospitality, food, and beverage.
Yeah.
I'd been trying to think about possibly doing something like that, but that's not how to go about it.
Yeah. So maybe not. It couldn't make a 30-minute episode, but maybe just a small.
Sure. Come in and do a little 5-minute clip or something like that, to where it would be like like when I'm like, we'll be back right after this, and then all of a sudden, boom. Do a little clip of something, be like a little commercial or something like that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And I would assume, I guess I should not assume, I'll ask you, if just any type of company out there, if they just want to support this dream, turn this into a television show, and be the grassroots of this with you, could they do sponsorships on your show?
Yes,
Yeah.
most definitely.
Absolutely,
We're going to be starting probably within the next couple weeks. Trying to form a plan and to see about getting that to start going. Definitely looking for sponsors, liquor stores, lawyer offices, distributors, anyone that wants to get involved, got good rates. It's going to be a lot cheaper than your traditional media advertising, so.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
And way more local.
Yeah, way more. Everything will be focused on local.
Yeah.
We're local. The businesses are all local.
Yeah. I feel like people really like that nowadays. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And people, so I love local, but I also like just seeing really pretty locations. So I wouldn't mind seeing on my local channel just places that I should visit, like in Florida, in go down to New Orleans and try some things. Just
Well,
different places.
I do film out of town and all. I'm going next weekend down to the Tampa area, filming at a few places, and then in May, I'm going up to Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm going to be filming the Beer, Bourbon, and Barbecue Festival. It's a big circuit. They do like 10 to 13 cities every year, and 3 years ago, I actually filmed at them in Atlanta before the pandemic. So I knew the guy and got in touch with him a couple months ago about going up and doing the Charlotte. Because I'd thought about doing Tampa in February, but I was like, no, I do Tampa all the time. I said, I hadn't been to Charlotte in years, so I've check out that. And he's like, yeah, man, bring it on. Come on up.
Yeah.
So we'll have a blast. I was like, yeah, we will.
I bet you do. Like, I have the feeling that you guys, wherever you go, you take the party with you. I love your personalities, your looks. I love it all.
Good.
Man, have you been in radio before? Because you do have a radio voice, too.
That's strip club DJing there.
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
I did that for 15 years.
Nice.
Okay, you got it.
Makes sense.
You honed
I
the
got
big
that.
voice.
Yeah, I've got that voice, the excitement. I can sell it.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do radio, but I've just never had an opportunity to be able to.
Yeah.
I've applied at different radio stations, but because I don't have the radio experience, even though all you do now is just click on a computer and you can set up the entire show and never even go into the studio.
Yeah.
I know DJs that do that, never even step foot in the studio. They do everything on the computer, get the playlist for the entire shift done, and then they're just doing their little voiceover things.
Yeah.
Put it in,
Yeah.
and never have to be in the studio.
Yeah.
Goodness. See, I might have went to the wrong industry, y'all. Well, you guys, it was so amazing to have y'all on the show with me. If one more time, can you give them how to contact you?
Yeah, you can contact America Eats and Drinks TV at info@americaeatsanddrinkstv.com.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well,
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And if you want to hear about your business during this show, feel free to reach out to me at Raven in Real Life on Facebook, or you can give me a call or text 706-505-5083. Until next time, this was Raven, and y'all have been beautiful.
Bye.
Bye.